Good morning, and thanks for all of you to come. It's great to see so many familiar faces here. More importantly, it's great to see a lot of not familiar faces here, because if we're all talking to the believers, we're not going to get very far. So yes, I head up Race for 2030, the Reliable, Affordable, Clean Energy CRC, Cooperative Research Centre, and we are committed to accelerate innovation and research in this area to forward the transition to a clean future. Before I start, I'd just also like to thank Auntie Maxine for her warm welcome to country, and to acknowledge the country we meet on today and extend respects to elders past and present of these wonderful lands. I think her message of collaboration was very important, and I'll be talking about that a bit today too. So we're grateful to partner with EEC to address this critical challenge of decarbonising industry. The summit's very timely. As Luke mentioned, there's an urgent need to accelerate the path of industry to decarbonise and get to net zero to meet our carbon targets. I'd like to also welcome Amory Lovins, who I've been in contact with and working with over the decades. And I'm very pleased we could lure you over here to this country again. And Amory has been a real inspiration and thought leader in this area for many decades, and certainly for me since way back in the 1990s. And we're very fortunate he's been able to join us today and to inspire us to the scale of the opportunity to do far more with less, which is something that we absolutely need to do. As I mentioned, we're at a very early stage of decarbonising industry in Australia. And the activity, most activity in industry to date has been limited to short payback in energy efficiency measures to reduce costs. And we need to do a lot more really quickly. I'll focus my remarks on the tens of thousands of industrial sites that are not covered by the safeguard mechanism, and they need to be decarbonised rapidly, and they can be decarbonised with current or at least near-term technology. To give you some order of magnitude numbers, there's probably 10,000 boilers in industry used for process heating in Australia that we need to get off fossil fuels. We've barely started this task. We have to achieve it at scale in the next 5 to 10 years to meet our mitigation targets. It's a Herculean effort, and we really need to have a war effort on this thing. Doing things at the pace we're doing is not going to get us there, not even close. I'm going to talk a little bit about the research and innovation that's needed in this area. Obviously, this is our particular focus, but when I started listing it, I actually had to cut the list in half because there was just so many things that we need to do just on the innovation side. We need basic data. I mean, at the moment we're flying blind. We need granular data about where fossil fuels, particularly gas, are used in process heating, for what processes and at what end-use temperatures. We need to know more about companies' readiness and capacity to establish decarbonisation roadmaps. And skills development is going to be crucial in this area, as there's a chronic shortage of engineering capacity to do integrated distributed process heating. We need to do a lot on the application and development of heat pumps for process heating up to 300 degrees plus C steam. We're not there yet. I mean, up to 90, 95 degrees, it's common technology now, but there's a lot to be done to bring those higher temperature technologies to market. And that means that we need to look at supply chains, local manufacturing of high temperature heat pumps as well. Then we need to integrate all of this electricity technology into the market, because if people just put in their electric technologies, they're going to overwhelm the networks. But of course, we don't need that to happen. We need to look at how we can minimise electricity requirements through load flexibility, particularly thermal storage integrated with the electric heating technologies. We need to work on business models to accelerate the adoption of these technologies throughout the industry. There's application of electric vehicles across the value chain, and when we have the technology available, which we're getting very close to, vehicle-to-business bi-directional charging. We're looking at biogas generation and applications where electrification is not feasible. And we really need to do a lot of work to design integrated change programs, like the New Zealand had their GIDI program, that can drive electrification outcomes across the economy. So RACE wants to allocate a good deal of our $250 million of resources to partner with government and industry to support this research. We can match industry funding, and we welcome your innovation projects. So the industry decarbonisation challenge is daunting, and we need to get this underway with great urgency. We need collaboration, like we're developing here today. We need plans with timelines and targets, and we need to track how we're going on an annual basis at least. And business needs support through this journey. Carbon mitigation is not core business, and businesses are stretched for resources. To achieve decarbonisation at scale, we need well-designed government intervention and investment to accelerate research and innovation. So I hope this summit encourages your efforts to decarbonise our industry for a more competitive green future. Thank you.